Are tattoos a sin? Let's talk about it. I remember the feeling of getting my first tattoo. And if you have tattoos, you know the feeling of adrenaline and excitement of getting something that is a piece of artwork that you love, that you're connected with on your body to display to the world and to yourself. And that goes for all my tattoos. I remember the moments that I got them. I remember feeling like this is connected to a memory. It means something and it's a message. And I've been asked this question so often because I clearly have tattoos, if tattoos are a sin and what is my stance on them as a believer. Now, I haven't gotten any more tattoos since seriously walking with Christ. I never felt led to or the need to, and it was something that I just no longer had a desire to do to my body. Now, the verse that people always bring up when referencing tattoos is the scripture in Leviticus that says to not mark your bodies for the dead. People were putting markings on their bodies during that time to worship other gods, lowercase g. So those markings were tied to idol worship and cult practices. Now, you could take that and bring that to the Lord because that is the origin of tattoos. It was not about putting something pretty on the body. They originated to symbolize a worship of something or an allegiance to something. And my personal conviction came from the Lord nudging me to start over, to wipe the slate clean, to get rid of these things that had nothing to do with Him on my body, including this one that literally says to have faith. Because did I do it out of faith? Did I get it out of a reminder for me to have faith? No, I got it because I wanted a tattoo. I had just turned 18 and I wanted to be in the mix. Now, I never felt this way about my tattoos before, but there's one particular tattoo that started this conviction for getting rid of the rest of my tattoos. And it's this one on the back of my arm. Yes, this is a serpent. So for me, this isn't necessarily about legalism or fear. This is a personal conviction that stemmed from this tattoo, because when I looked at this one and then looked at the rest of them, they don't bring me closer to Him. They were attached to old seasons, old pain, and an old version of me that God has since redeemed. And while they do tell a story and they are part of my testimony, I no longer want them attached to me. I see them as reminders of what God has freed me from. Overall, this video is not about shame. It's not to condemn, but if you feel conviction based on my personal testimony, respond to that conviction. It doesn't have to look like going and spending money to get them removed, but maybe making the decision to not get any more. And to be honest, I don't even have the money or the resources to go through this process for all of my tattoos, but God. And I remember praying a very specific prayer and asking Him, I want to remove these tattoos. Make a way for them to disappear. I don't want them anymore. And He made a way. So here's to new skin and a clean slate.